All right, guys, so welcome to class. For today's sequence, we are going to be doing a ladder flow. It is in true form creative, but the nice thing about a ladder flow is that we will be repeating it. So if things feel a little bit strange at first, we're going to get into the swing of it. So let's go ahead and get started. Come onto your mats. I would say Supta Baddha Konasana, but again, yogi's choice. You can take a seated meditation if you prefer. Supta Baddha Konasana is just lying down on your mats, soles of the feet together, knees apart. And just taking a moment to arrive, to settle. We draw the awareness within, following the rhythm of our breath. Every inhalation, breathing life into the body, and every exhalation, allowing yourself to let go, to surrender. And as we start to make our way towards the end of the year, there's always that feeling of ending. And so holding on to something of a theme of endings, I want you to take a moment and just consider what your year has been like. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the last few years have been incredibly challenging. So if you feel like things should have been better, I want you to remember that mountains and valleys got you here. They're not accidents. And those moments that we've struggled with were never in vain. You're not the same person anymore. You have grown. And you're continuing to grow. Not only that, but you are breathing, you are living, and you are wrapped in endless, boundless grace. So let's pack up our mistakes, our problems, our negativity, our pain, along with old versions of ourselves, and ship them off to where the past exists. The new you is arriving, bearing a new challenge, a new unknown, but bearing as well new gifts, new chances, and soon to be a new year. We peel back those layers that hide who we are, those masks that we wear to interact with the outside world, those expectations of which there are so many this time of year, demands on our attention. We let all of that go, and we connect with our truth. And from that space, we set our intention, giving meaning to our practice. Why are you here? What is it that you want from your body, from yourself, from your life? And then offer up your practice to someone you love, to someone that needs it, even if that someone happens to be you. All together, we breathe as one. Take a deep, full inhale through the nose, fill up the lungs. Open up the mouth and sigh to release. Once again, take a deep, full, expansive breath in. Open up and exhale to let go. Last time, taking the deepest, fullest inhalation, you're going to breathe. Keep breathing all the way to the top where you take a pause for 3, for 2. Open up the mouth and exhale, exhale, exhale it all out. We close our mouth, relax our jaw, place the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and if you practice Ujjayi breath, then now's the time to engage it. On your next inhalation, drawing those knees in towards one another, hugging your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a little squeeze, gentle rocks from side to side. Sliding the hands underneath the knees, we're going to rock and roll forwards and backwards, massaging the spine, using the core, gaining momentum, because on the next rock forward, you're going to cross at the ankles, plant the hands, take downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment in down dog to get comfortable. Pedal out the feet, bend one knee, bend the other, sway the hips, shake out the head. Anything that you need to do to connect with the body, to notice how it's feeling, and to move in a way that works for you today. On your next inhalation, come forward into a plank position. Hold your plank position. Draw navel towards the spine, shoulders over wrists, fingers are spread nice and wide. Make sure you don't lift the hips too high. So drop the hips, but don't let them get floppy. So drawing the navel in towards the spine, we push the ground away, separate through the shoulder blades. Take an inhale where you are. As you exhale, just lower the knees down to the ground. Moving through a cat-cow variation, I want you to drop the belly, tilt the pelvis, lift the gaze, pull the shoulder blades back so the shoulder blades reach towards one another as if you had a piece of paper in between them. As you exhale, I want you to round out through the spine, but you're going to take your hips to the right and you're going to bend your left elbow, taking your gaze over your left shoulder. Keep the right arm straight, so this should be a really deep stretch in the right side body. And then slowly come back to center, take your inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, open the heart. Round out through the spine, pull the hips all the way over to the left. As you bend your right elbow, take your gaze over your right shoulder. And then inhale, come back through center. Drop the belly, lift the gaze, open the heart. As you exhale, round out through the spine, pull the hips to the heels and take child's pose. Inch your fingers forward as the hips pull back, and a nice stretch through the entire spine, through the sides of the body. And then as you inhale, slowly start to come forward, shifting the weight forward. As your shoulders pass the wrists, drop your hips and find cobra. Gentle bend in the elbows. Hold cobra, engage the glutes, take your gaze over your right shoulder. Come back to center, take your gaze over the left. Come back to center, start to pull the hips back, find a neutral spine and tabletop. So if your knees have slid back a little bit, pull them in, make sure that hands are underneath the shoulders. Wrap your triceps so that the eye of the elbow is pointing back. Navel draws in, so it's a long spine. Make sure that you're not sort of dropping and having like that anterior pelvic tilt. Right leg is going to reach back behind you. Bend your right knee, flex your foot. We're going to work on a little donkey kick. So as you inhale, find your cow pose, drop the belly, open the heart, but push your heel up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, point your toes, draw your knee to your nose, round out through the spine. Inhale, donkey kick, drop the belly, push the heel up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, point the toe. One last time, take an inhale, kick the heel up. Exhale, knee to nose, hold it here, step your foot to the top of the mat. So coming into a low lunge, Vinyasa, arms reach up towards the sky. Squeeze your feet towards one another, level off through the hips. I'm gonna face you guys. Let me see if I can mirror. This is always dangerous. So right arm is gonna bend. You're gonna bend your right elbow. Your right elbow. Yeah, no, you're gonna bend your left elbow. I'm not gonna mirror you guys. Right foot's in front of you. Bend your left elbow. Grab onto your left elbow, reach that elbow across the body. So if you were looking at me, it would be like this. So we're shifting the weight forward, squeezing the feet towards one another, really level off through the hips. You wanna feel as though the weight of the body is pulling forward and up, and then you're reaching that elbow up and across. Giving yourself a nice side body stretch here. Take a breath in. And then slowly come back through center. Option to tuck the back toes for stability. If your weight is forward, pull it back. See if you can start to hover that right foot off the ground. And how slowly can you step your right knee next to the left? Hands behind your head. With the inhale, the elbows pull back, the heart opens. As you exhale, I want you to lean back, and draw your elbows in towards one another, rounding out through the spine. So you're not sitting down, you're leaning back, so it really fires up those quads. And then inhale, open. Exhale, we lean back, round out through the spine, elbows towards one another. Inhale, we open. 3 more times. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, we open. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. From here, release your arms, toes are tucked, shift your weight into the balls of the feet, and come to sit on your feet, lower your hips to the floor. Navasana, boat pose. So if you have a wall or stuff behind you, just wiggle yourself a little bit forward because we are going to move through low boat. So from Navasana, take a moment. You can grab onto the backs of the knees. Find the length in the spine. Shins are parallel to the floor. Once your core is engaged, your hands can come by your sides. If this is too much, stay here. If the next exercise is too much, stay where you are. Take a breath and then find low boat. We lower down. Strong core, squeeze inner thighs. Lift yourself back up. All right, we go back down. Low boat. Lift back up. Continue. Low boat. Lift up. 2 more. Low boat. Lift up. Last one, hold low boat. Hands behind your head. Left elbow to right knee. Right elbow to left. Bicycles. You have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish off both sides. Take low boat and lift yourself up. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Plant your feet. So if you moved up on your mat, come back because we're going to reverse what we just did. So knees are bent. We shift our weight forward. Come onto the balls of the feet. Slowly lower the knees to the floor. Lift the hips up. Hands behind the head. Take an inhale. Open the heart. Exhale, lean back and close the elbows. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we close. 3 more. Inhale. Lean back, exhale. 2. 1. As you come back through center, lift the left leg up, hover it, and step it to the top of the mat. Low lunge Vinyasa on the left-hand side. This time we bend our right elbow, where I started, and grab onto your right elbow with your left hand. Lift that elbow up and across the body. Squeeze the feet towards one another. Engage inner thighs. Take a breath here. Come back through center, hands to the floor. Now if you can, lift that leg up, knee to nose, point your toes. Come back into the donkey kicks. So left side, left heel is flexed. We inhale, press. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, donkey kick. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, inhale, donkey kick. Exhale, knee to nose. And just release that left knee next to the right. Tuck your toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg sweeps high to the sky. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Lower the left knee, arms float up. One breath, Vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale, lower your left hand down. Keep the right arm lifted. Lift that left knee. Find your simple twist. Now, option to stay in a simple twist. Otherwise, we come onto the outer edge of our left foot and just for a moment take side plank Vashisthasana. Engaging the obliques, lifting the hips, we take an inhale. Everybody, release the right hand. If the right foot was forward, step it back. Take an inhale in plank. As you exhale, lower your knees, your chest, your chin to the floor. Inhale as you ripple forward, find cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips pull back. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot between our hands. Lower the right knee, arms float up. One breath in Anjane. Exhale, right hand down, right knee lifts up. We find a simple twist. Square off through the hips, pull that left shoulder back. Maybe you stay here, maybe you come onto the outer edge of your right foot, left foot on top of right, Vashisthasana. Right shoulder over right wrist, we take an inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand. If the foot's forward, step it back. We all lower the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Ripple forward through cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. We come high up onto the balls of the feet, gaze between our hands and start to walk our feet to the top of the mat. Find a rag doll at the top of the mat, head and neck relaxed, feet are hip distance. You can grab opposite elbows, you can take your hands behind your head, knees. Wherever feels good to you, maybe you sway, maybe you bend one knee, bend the other. Shifting the weight into the balls of the feet, we take a big breath in. And as you exhale, release fingertips to the floor. Gently bend both knees, chin to chest, roll yourself up vertebra by slow vertebra. Head and neck are the last things that come up. As they do, we take the shoulders up, back, and down. Option to keep the feet hip distance, otherwise we heel toe the feet to touch, hands to prayer at heart center. Give yourself a moment. Connect with body. Connect with breath. Remind yourself of your intention. And I wish you all a beautiful practice. If the eyes are closed, gently blink them open. We inhale, sweep the arms high to the sky. Exhale, dive down to the ground, forward folding, hinging from the hips. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, float, your vinyasa, high to low. Inhaling, forward and up. Exhaling, down dog. 3 breaths. On your next inhalation, we come high up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float to the top. Inhale for length, and exhale, bow down. Pressing down to rise up, we inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, leading with the heart. Inhale for your flat back, lift the gaze. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, float with control, high to low, we exhale. Inhaling, forward and up. Exhaling, navel to spine, downward facing, 3 breaths here. Inhaling high up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float to the top. Inhale for length. Exhale, bow down. One last time, root to rise, big inhale. Exhale, we forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhaling. Exhaling, downward facing. All right, my lovely yogis, take your breaths here. Remind yourself at any point throughout today's practice. Child's pose is always an option. You can also skip vinyasas at any point, coming straight back into downward facing dog. Keep listening to your body. Honor what it needs. We're going to move through 2 rounds of Surya B. Take an inhale, come high up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float to the top. Inhale as you find length, and exhale, we fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift the gaze. Exhale, plant the hands, your vinyasa, high to low. Inhale as you come forward and up. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky, we inhale, exhale, right foot softly steps between your hands. Arms float up for a high lunge, the back heel stays lifted. And then lower the heel, open the arms, warrior 2, we exhale. Front palm flips, inhale to reverse. Skandasana, straighten the right leg, flex your right foot, bend the left knee. Inhale, runner's lunge, top of the mat. Move through your vinyasa, optional 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale as we lift. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky, we inhale, exhale, left foot softly steps. Arms come up as we inhale. Warrior 2 as we exhale, sit a little lower. Front palm flips, reverse your warrior. Keep the bend in that front knee. And then straighten the front knee, bend the back knee, Skandasana. Runner's lunge, top of the mat, we frame our foot, step the foot back and lower. Inhaling. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And breathe. So coming back to that breath, always using our breath to set the rhythm of our practice. Our inhales, working with our sympathetic nervous system, waking us up, breathing life into the body. The exhale, allowing us to surrender, to soften, to let go. Take one more full round of breath where you are. On your next inhalation, we come high up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float to the top. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale, relax the head and the neck. Bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana, weight in the heels. Exhale, we fold, head and neck relax, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, long spine, lift the gaze. Exhale, plant the hands, moving with control, we lower ourselves down. Inhaling, engage your glutes. Use your core, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky, we inhale, exhale, right foot between your hands. Arms come up as we inhale for a high lunge. Warrior 2, drop the heel, open the arms wide. Front palm flips, reverse your warrior, keep bending through that front knee. Straighten the front leg, flex your foot, bend the back knee, Skandasana. Inhale, runner's lunge, top of the mat. Right foot steps back and we lower. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we press back. Left leg to the sky, we inhale, exhale, left foot softly steps. Arms come up as we inhale. Exhale, warrior 2, sit a little lower. Front palm flips, inhale to reverse. Skandasana, back of your mat, we lower. Inhale, runner's lunge, we frame our left foot at the top of the mat, step your left foot back, exhale, lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe, guys. That is it for our warm-up. Moving through our sequence from this point on, we will repeat the sequence 3 times. Every time we will be adding a little bit more to our practice. Keep listening and working with your body, with your breath. Pay attention to where the mind goes when things get different, complicated, when you get confused. There's lots of rights and lefts in our practice. Just pay attention, no judgment, always curiosity. We're here to learn. Take one more breath wherever you happen to be. If you're not in downward facing dog and would like to join us, make your way back. All right, my lovely yogis, on your next inhalation, we come high up onto the balls of the feet. We bend our knees, look forward, step, hop, float to the top. Inhale for length. Exhale to release. Bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana. Take a moment in Utkatasana. Shift the weight into the heels, tailbones pulling down. Energetically, we're squeezing inwards. You always have the option to keep the feet hip distance if you prefer, but knees follow the direction of the feet, so don't buckle in. Otherwise, the feet are together. Energetically, toes pressing in, heels out. As you look down, you want to be able to see your toes. Ribs draw in. Here's where we go with our flow. Arms are up. Shift your weight into your right foot. Bring your left knee to your chest, straighten your right leg. With the exhale, we're going to take a weird sort of bow. I want you to sweep the arms back, bring your left heel to the floor, bend your right knee, and fold forward. So it's like a weird kind of curtsy bow. And then come right back up, arms to the sky, left knee to chest. We're going to step the left foot, left hand back, but I don't want you to weight bear. So this is going to be a bit of an exercise on the right leg. So you're going to start to step the leg back, step the left hand down, and then shoot yourself up into Superman. So we come from a simple twist with the right arm up. The right arm's going to sweep back as the left arm comes up and you lift your left leg. Lovely. Take a breath here and then come back down. Both hands to the floor. Move through your vinyasa, high to low. Inhaling up, exhaling back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come high up onto the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, look forward. Step, hop, float to the top. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale as you bow down. Bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana, inhale. Other side, we shift our weight into our left foot, right knee to our chest, come up to stand. As you exhale, that weird curtsy, right heel down, left knee bends, arms back, we fold. Inhale, bring that right knee back up, arms to the sky. Simple twist, but you're not landing. So the right foot, right hand come down, just to catapult us back up. And we find superhero. Right arm forward, right leg back, left arm back. And then slowly lower both hands, step the left foot back, Vinyasa, high to low. Inhaling, exhaling, down dog. All right, guys, so that is the foundation of our sequence. 5 breaths where you are. You can always take child's pose if you need a moment. So we're going to repeat that and then add on for the second round. The second round is going to take us into a little bit of mobility. It is a lot on the legs. But the more that we can strengthen our lower half, the more it can start to support our back. Something that a lot of us, I know, struggle with. Take one more breath where you are. If you're not in down dog, make your way back to join us. From downward facing dog, we come high up onto the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float to the top. Inhale, find length. Exhale to release. Bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana. Weight into the right heel, left knee to chest, we stand up. Exhale, we take our little bow. Drop the left heel, fold yourself forward. Inhale, bring that left knee back up, arms to the sky. Exhale, left foot, left hand down. You can even lower the right arm for support and then lift yourself up. Find your superhero. So left arm forward, right arm back. Slowly bend through the right knee and come back into that simple twist, this time right arm to the sky. All right, from our simple twist, turn your feet to the right hand side. So you're on the outer edge of your left foot and your right foot's pointing sideways. Lower your hip, lower that right arm. Get a stretch on the outside of that right leg. We're coming into goddess on the left. So I want you to circle as you lift up, turn to the left, Pull your left heel in and lift your upper body up. Make sure that your knees stack over your ankles. If they're too far away, just wiggle them in a little bit. Sit low, take an inhale, turn to the back of your mat, right knee is going to tap the floor, and then come back to goddess. Turn to the top of the mat, left foot, pivot onto the ball of the foot, drop the knee, come back. Last little exercise. Pull your left heel back a little bit, and then do the same with the right, but straighten your right leg. So the left knee is bent, the right leg is straight, arms out to the sides, coming into like a starfish, fold forward. All right, from here, use your left hand to sweep the floor. We're gonna come into a reverse slow lunge. So you're gonna take your left hand, turn to the top of the mat, lower your left knee, and lift that left arm. Maybe take your hand behind your head, give yourself another side stretch, and then just cartwheel the hands to the floor, move through an optional vinyasa, or straight back to downward facing dog. All right, my lovely yogis, we're gonna dive straight into the left-hand side, so come high up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float. Inhale for length. Exhale, bow down. Bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana. Shift the weight into your left foot, right knee to your chest. Take that little bow. Really fold down. This should feel like a nice stretch in the legs as you fold down, flexing the right foot, and then bring that right knee to your chest. We lift up. Right hand, right foot, step back. You can lower the left hand if you want, almost for like support to lift up. We're gonna bounce up, right arm forward, right leg floats. Take a breath. I know the balance is awful. Bend your left knee, lower the right hand, right foot, left arm to the sky. Simple twist. Turn your feet to the left this time, so outer edge of your right foot. Lower your hip, lower your arm. Circle it, lift the hips up, turn to the right, goddess to the right hand side. Pull both heels in, hands in prayer. Turn to the back of the mat, left knee down. Inhale back to center. Top of the mat, right knee down. Back to center. Now this time we pull our right heel back but keep the right knee bent. Pull our left heel back but straighten your left leg. Arms out to the sides, we fold down in a starfish. The hips pull back, you're gonna feel this in the right leg. Right hand is gonna lead us, sweep the floor with your right hand, cartwheel that left arm back as you bend your right knee to the floor and reverse your low lunge. So we're on the left-hand side. We'll play with that one. Hand behind your head. Maybe lift yourself up and reach that elbow across the body. Take a big breath here. And then cartwheel the hands to the top. Left foot steps back, high to low. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, down dog. All right, my loves, you have a few breaths here. We are on to the last round of our flow. This last round is going to be the longest. And this is where we're going to add a little bit of mobility when we come into Wild Thing. I'll talk you through it, but just try to really connect with your right and your left side, because that's where we trip up a lot. So just slow the breath down. Take one more full round of breath where you are. If you would like to join us back in downward facing dog, let's move our way through this last round. As you inhale, come high up onto the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float to the top. Inhale for length. Exhale, bow. Bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana. Shift the weight into your right foot, left knee to chest. Inhale. Exhale, lower the heel, take that little bow down, really bow down, stretch the back of that left leg, and inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, left hand, left foot, barely touch the floor, and we lift up. Superhero. Left arm forward. Slowly bend into that right knee, lower the left hand, left foot, right arm up to the sky. Take your twist. Square the hips off, open through the right shoulder, then turn your feet to the right. Exhale, lower your hip, lower your arm. Inhale, sweep the arm around, turn to the left, find goddess. Exhale, turn to the back of the mat, right knee down. Inhale, back, goddess. Top of the mat, exhale, left knee down. Inhale, goddess. Right leg straightens, arms wide. Pull the heels back a little bit. Fold in starfish. So your left foot is angling to the corner of your mat as you melt down. From here, left hand sweeps the floor, right arm cartwheels back, lower the left knee, left arm across your ear. Maybe you take that little stretch with the hand behind your head. Adding on, left hand to the floor, right arm to the sky. We come back into our simple twist, lift the left knee. With control, right foot behind you. Wild thing. Lift the hips, open the heart. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lower the hips to the floor. Okay. Plenty of options here. If you want to skip this next part, you can take a little fold, you can take an open twist. Pistol squat. I feel like anytime someone says pistol squat, everyone's like, oh. A couple of options. I had someone in my class yesterday actually stand up in a pistol squat. I can't do that. You can try to grab your foot and see if you can balance, just lifting yourself up a little bit. Maybe you use your hands and see if you can lift yourself up a little bit. Just play. Yes. All right, my loves, lower yourself back down. Now this is where I want you to pay attention to rights and lefts. Your left leg is long, your right knee is bent. We are going to turn to the right hand side. So I want you to shift your weight forward, bend your left knee, and take a pistol squat facing the top of your mat. Yeah. Same thing. Maybe you grab your foot, maybe you press into that left foot, maybe you find a little bit of lift. See if you can get a bit of air time. Maybe you can actually stand up. Yogi's choice. All right, we're going to reverse back. So we're shifting to the left this time. Lift yourself up, bend your right knee, and come back to where you were. Yeah. For the next round, if anyone wants to do like a nice stretch, you can always lower the knee, lift the hips, do something here. We're going to continue though. I want you to bring your left hand behind you. Come into wild thing, and how slowly can you step your right foot to the top of the mat? Fingers are going to reach further forward. Left leg's going to float up, standing splits. Bow down over your right leg. Square off the hips. Point the toes. Options for little hops to handstand if you practice them. Otherwise, maybe play with balance, grabbing your ankle with one hand or both. Wherever you choose to go, take one more breath here. It's a lot on the right leg, so give yourself a moment. Everyone make sure your right foot's down, left knee's gonna come up to your chest. Whoo! Big sweep. Option to bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee, left hand behind you. Option to grab the outside of your left foot with your right hand, find your balance. And maybe that left arm reaches back as you take your twist. Final pose, final sequence. Cartwheel the arms to come into a revolved half moon. Left hand down, left leg back. Slowly step your left foot back, cartwheel to a reverse warrior. Whee! Lots of cartwheeling of the arms. And then exhale, hands to the floor, Vinyasa. Right foot steps back and we lower. Inhale as we rise. Exhale, down dog. We're going to jump into the next side and then take a lovely break before we move into our stretches. So come high up onto the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float. Inhale for length. Exhale to release. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Utkatasana, find your chair. Shift your weight into your left foot, right knee to chest. Exhale, bow down. Bring the heel to the floor, melt your chest, arms reach back. Inhale, right knee comes back up with you. Exhale, right hand, right foot touch down. Just enough time to inhale, lift you up, superhero. Exhale, simple twist this time. Right hand down, right foot down, left arm to the sky. Turn your feet to the left, lower your hip, lower your arm. Inhale, circle it all the way around, find goddess to the right hand side, hands in prayer. We turn to the back of the mat, pivot on the left ball of the foot, drop the knee. Come back to center, squat a little lower. Turn to the top of the mat, right knee lowers. Come back to center, squat a little lower. Pull both heels back, but the left leg straightens, the right knee bends, arms out to the sides, we hover. Right hand sweeps the floor, left arm comes back, we lower the right knee and we reverse our low lunge. Maybe that right hand behind your head, we pull up and across, little stretch. Cartwheel, right hand to the floor, lift the right knee, left arm to the sky. Find your twist again. Pull the left foot behind you, wild thing. Lift the hips, open the heart. Lower the hips to the floor. So again, if anyone wants to skip the drill and just come into a stretch, you can drop your left knee, left hand behind you, give yourself a little stretch here. Otherwise, play with pistol squats again. Maybe different variation. Maybe you don't grab your feet and you see if you can lift your leg a little bit. That's all hip flexor. Yeah. From here, we're going to change directions. We turn to the left. So lift yourself up, bend your right knee, swivel yourself around, sit down. Left leg long. Any variation you took, see if you can lift up. This side's better for me. So you can lift the left leg, find that bit of balance, and lower yourself back down. Yes. One more breath. All right, we turn to the right to come back to where we were. So we swivel ourselves around. The right leg is long, the left knee is bent. Right hand behind us, come back into wild thing. Outer edge of your right foot, lift the hips, open the heart. How slowly can you step that left foot to the top of your mat? Walk your fingers a little further forward and take standing splits. Melt your chest over that left leg. Option for little presses to handstand if you took them on the other side. Otherwise, maybe we grab our ankle, one hand, both, play with balance. All right, everyone make sure your left foot's on the floor. Right knee to chest, come up to standing. Woohoo! Find your balance. So either left hand to right knee, or you grab your foot and take that twist. Breathing here. Take one more breath. The arms are going to cartwheel as the right leg goes back, the right hand goes down. We take a revolved half moon pose. Square off the hips, open through that left shoulder. And then slowly bend into that left knee. You're going to cartwheel the arms into a reverse warrior as you step the right foot back. Inhaling here. Exhale, catapult the arms down, moving through an optional vinyasa or straight back to down dog. Well done, my loves. 5 breaths for you to wrap up the dynamic part of your practice. We are going to meet in child's pose at the end of your 5 breaths. You can start now. Whatever the body needs, you can lower the forearms, you can play with going upside down. Otherwise, 2 options for child's pose. You can open the knees and reach the arms forward, or you can keep the knees together and reach the arms back, stretching into the spine. There's so much of our practice that is mirrored in our lives. My daughter's just come to invade. You ate all your food. Sorry. ¿Te la puedes llevar? This is when like the whole house comes into the basement. It's like, oh yeah, it's Christmas time. Please, baby.
I need a paper.
Okay. All right. Guys, if you're not in child's pose, Make your way there now.
Thank you.
And from child's pose, I want you to walk your hands forward, and I want you to shift your weight into a tabletop position. So in your tabletop position, you are going to reach your right leg back behind you and then pull your right leg out to the side. Hover it for a moment. So this is going to feel pretty intense. Just for 3, for 2. Lower the right foot down. Tuck your left toes under, so the left toes are tucked. And I want you to walk your hands towards the right as you pull your hips back and melt your chest down. Just close this door before everyone else starts coming in. So taking one more breath, just pulling the hips back. It should feel really nice on the left side body. Slowly lift yourself up. Coming back through center, I want you to lift the right leg again. Slide it back behind you. And we are going to bring our right knee to our nose. And if you can, so option 1 is you're going to take that right foot and bring it in front of the left, so bring it under. If this is not accessible, what you can do is just take down dog, bring your right foot in front of the left, and then lower yourself down, separating the feet. Options here, if you can, we're going to sit back into cow face pose, Gomukhasana. If this is like not feeling good on the knees for any reason, come into Janu Shirshasana. All right, so yogi's choice. If you are able to stay here, we're going to do a little neck stretch, which you can also do in Janu Shirshasana if you've gone there. I want you to bring your left hand to your right ankle. Keep the knees stacked. And then with your right hand, you're going to bring your hand to your head. I want you to push the ankle away so that you create even more space here as you pull your right ear towards your right shoulder. Taking one more breath here. Slowly coming back up through center. Walking the hands forward. So we're going to take a little forward fold. If you're in Janu Shirshasana, just forward fold in Janu Shirshasana. Otherwise, see if you can drop the forearms to the ground, relax the head and the neck. You should be feeling this in Gomukhasana on the outside of your right leg. Taking one more breath here. Slowly lift yourself up. We're going to turn to the left. So if you were in Janu Shirshasana, just change legs. We're going to turn to the left and just unravel ourselves to re-ravel ourselves with the left leg on top of the right. So go all the way around. Yeah. This time the right hand to your left ankle, left hand to your head. Push the heel, the ankle away, and just give yourself a nice little stretch here. So the leg that's on top is the one that we're grabbing the ankle of. Take a breath. Slowly come back up through center. Walk the hands forward and fold. Take one more breath here. Slowly start to lift yourself back up. So we're going to, let me come back to face the side. I want you to shift your weight forward in tabletop with your legs crisscrossed. Tuck your toes under. Shift your weight into your left hand. You're going to turn to the right and just allow yourself to face the back of your mat with your legs wide. Arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Taking one more breath here. Slowly start to lift yourself back up through center. We're going to reverse what we did. So turn to the left, bring your hands back onto your mat, crisscross your legs, and we're just going to finish the one thing we did at the beginning. Pull that left leg out, bring it back, and then out to the left-hand side. All right? Hold it here for 3, for 2. Lower your left foot, tuck your right toes, walk your hands to the left and pull your hips towards that right heel. Slowly start to lift yourself back up, coming back through center. Fire up that glute again, lift that left leg, pull it back behind you and lower the left knee down. Toes are tucked, we lift the hips up and back, find downward facing dog. Come high up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float through to seated and come to lie down on your backs. From here, we bend our knees, coming into a back bend before our final supine twists. Option to place a block, I don't have one here, but option to place a block right underneath your sacrum and just have an assisted bridge. Option to lift the hips, bring your hands beneath your back, interlace the fingers, shimmy from shoulder to shoulder. Really engage the glutes, engage the inner thighs. If anyone wants to come into full wheel, hands will come either side of your head, and as you inhale, you're going to lift yourself up. Those of you in full wheel are going to bring your chin towards your chest and slowly lower yourselves down. Those of you in bridge are going to release the hands and roll down vertebra by slow vertebra. We're going to take the feet mat distance apart, and we're going to windshield wipe the knees from side to side. Coming back through center, bring your right ankle over your left knee. Thread your right arm through your legs and that left hand behind your left leg, coming into a reclined figure 4, reclined pigeon. Right elbow into that right knee. See if you can push it away as you pull the left knee towards you. Flex into your right foot and press the outer edge of your right foot away from your body. Taking one more breath here. Slowly releasing the left foot onto the mat, and then taking both your right foot and the left knee to the left-hand side, but try to ground through your right hip. So the right hip's going to want to lift up. Can you pull it back down towards the ground? Press the right knee away from your body and plant your right foot and your entire left leg on the ground. Take one more breath here. Coming back up through center. We change sides. Plant the right foot, take the left ankle over that right knee. Thread your left hand through your legs, thread your right arm behind your right leg. Left elbow into left knee. We pull the right knee towards us as we push the left knee away. Flex your left foot and press the outer edge of your left foot away from the body. Slowly release your right foot to the mat, and then take your left foot and your right knee to the right hand side as you pull your left hip down. Press that left knee away from the body. Taking one more breath here. Slowly coming back to center, hug your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a huge squeeze. I want the head to lift up, the nose to touch the knees. You're going to take a deep inhale through the nose and hold your breath as you squeeze, tensing every muscle in the body for 3, for 2. Open up the mouth and exhale, release everything down onto the ground, coming into your final relaxation pose, Savasana. The legs are long, the feet fall out, the arms away from the body, the palms facing up to the sky. No longer controlling body, no longer controlling breath. Each and every natural inhalation, exhalation, melting you deeper and deeper into your mat and into relaxation. Here's to the end of this chapter. To all the late nights, early mornings, learnings gained and experiences shared. Here's to love. Here's to loss. Here's to honoring, letting go, and transcending. Here's to growth, to expansion. Here's to life with other heartbeats that would stop their world to celebrate your magic. Here's to you and your blank canvas. Here's to filling it with nothing less than vibrant aliveness. If your awareness is left, gently draw it back in. Become aware of your senses, weight of your body on your mat, temperature of the room on your skin, sound of my voice and the music. Start to deepen those inhalations and exhalations, noticing how the belly and the chest rise and fall with every breath that you take. Gently bringing more movement back into the body. We wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, sway our head gently from side to side. Reach the arms overhead, give yourself a full body stretch. And then hug your knees in towards your chest for one final and well-deserving squeeze. Use this as an opportunity for gratitude. Thank yourself for being here, your body for all that it does as you gently roll over to the right-hand side. Connecting with the earth below you, drawing that powerful energy in, we remind ourselves once again of our intention. We take that intention with us so that we can live our lives with purpose. Gently pressing yourself up into a seated position, keeping the eyes closed if you can, we bring our hands to prayer at heart center. We seal our practice the way that we began with 3 deep breaths. This time as you inhale fully, sweep the arms high to the sky. Palms come to touch. Open up the mouth and exhale, hands to heart center. Big full breath in, sweep the arms high. Open up the mouth and exhale to release. Last time, biggest, fullest inhale. Hold your breath at the top just for a count of 3. Cooking up all of that good energy for 2. Open up, let it go. Thumb knuckles to forehead center, always in gratitude for this practice and for you. Thank you for allowing me to guide you. Namaste.